realised or didn't realise from that, I don't know. But my project announcement for today, my first big project announcement on YouTube, is that I am currently in the process of making Tudor Aziraphale from Good Omens. I am super excited about this costume. I've been planning it for over 3 months, ever since the, I was going to say film then, ever since the TV show came out. I have been cosplaying Aziraphale myself since 2008. That's where this costume comes from. I've been adapting it, adding pieces to it ever since then. The most recent time I wore it to a con was only a couple of years ago, so you can see that I have been wearing it on off all the time. My first introduction to Good Omens was back when I was 16, 17, when I managed to pick up a copy, this edition, not this copy. Good Omens, for those who don't know, is infamous for the books going missing, and yes, I'm one of those people who had their first book of Good Omens go missing, which might explain why I now have 4 different copies, plus the script book. Oh, no. I have 5 copies. Or rather, I have 4 copies, my wife has a copy in German. We are overflowing with Good Omens. And isn't that the best state to be in? But yes, I'm super excited. I've been a fan of this series for a long time. I wasn't sure what I was going to make of the TV series. I put my judgment on hold for a while. I wasn't sure how I felt about the cast announcements. However, having seen it, it's pretty much pretty good. There are a couple of things that I would have changed, but honestly, the majority of it, so happy with. Aziraphale and Crowley, perfect. The moment in the church where you can just see the love on Michael Sheen's face, it makes me so happy. And I'm so happy that the fandom's been revived again. Not that it has ever gone anywhere, it's always been undercurrently active, but yeah, I'm so happy to see everyone really enjoying it and everyone out and about and everyone making amazing costumes, everyone making great fanfics so I can live the life, and yeah, it just makes me so happy. I just wish that Terry Pratchett was around to see it, but we don't talk, we just cry in a corner about that. So yes, Tudor Aziraphale is my next costume. It was a pretty easy decision, to be honest. I honestly really like it. This costume is extremely basic. It's all brought, it's just basic, but I really like it. This is still my headcanon for how Aziraphale looks. It's not film canon anymore, but this is, when I read the book, this is how I see Aziraphale. Slightly less me, but Aziraphale. And for a start, he's got better hands than I do. So I didn't want to do his modern day outfit. As much as I like the film version of it, it is not how I see him. However, the Tudor scenes, all of the historical scenes, except for Eden, are creations for the film. Perfect. I love historical costumes. Even more perfect. Have you seen his Tudor outfit? It's great. Have you seen his French Revolution outfit? It's great. I didn't look at any of the robes. I want to do something more intricate. Not that the robes couldn't be intricate. There's a lot of detailed embroidery on, for example, the Eden one, but it's not the kind of thing that I particularly want to do. So yeah, like I said, it came down to Tudor or French Revolution. French Revolution looks great, but I have 2 very similar projects in the works, so Tudor it was. And aside from that, Tudor is a period that I've always had an interest in. I've done a lot of research in the past. It's not something I've necessarily done clothing research on, but I feel confident that I know what I should be aiming for with the clothing. So what have I been doing for the last 3 months? A lot of research. And the reason for that is, not only do I want to make a screen accurate version, I also want to make it as historically accurate as possible. I don't think that those 2 things are going to combine well, but what I'm aiming to do is use as many historical practices as I can, keep as close to the original material as I can, and just try and get something that looks close to the screen version while also being as authentic as possible, while sticking in my meagre budget. The other reason for doing it original practice in a historically accurate way, which is original practice, is that it will slow me down. I can enjoy the journey, I can take my time and make sure that I'm doing things right, but also my budget is quite small, and keeping it slow and gentle will mean that I've got time to build up to buy the next piece of fabric, which is what I need right now. So the research that I've been doing, I've been reading a lot of books. I've also been paddling around a lot online. The main free books that I'm going to be using going forward are Janet Arnold's Patterns of Fashion 3, also Patterns of Fashion 4, which is the one on Tudor underwear and ruffs and whatnot, but unfortunately I don't have my own copy of that yet. And anyone who is in the historical costuming section, I assume, knows about Patterns of Fashion. Like, the Janet Arnold books are pretty famous. I'm pretty sure most people know of them. The only reason I don't have 4 yet is, like I said, I'm on quite a low budget, so I'm working towards it, and I've read it anyway. So the other book that I'm going to be using a lot of, and this is where most of my patterns are going to be coming from, is the Coup de Taylor. For those who don't know, it's done by the same people. Well, I say this, but I think this is even less famous. There was a series on the BBC called A Stitch in Time, which featured a couple of ladies who made recreation outfits based on historical paintings and whatnot, and this is written by that team. They've got a couple more books which I'll link down in the doobly-doo, and yeah, it's fascinating and has almost a perfect pattern right in the back there for me. Yeah, so it's sitting right there for me. So those are the 2 main books that I'm going to be using. Like I said, I'm going to be working with the most authentic methods that I can manage. I'm not making any promises. I'm just one person. I've done as much research as I can, but I'm not a historical tailor. I am also not trained or anything. Who can say what authentic methods are? Certainly not me. I'm very confident in my ability to do this. I'm very confident in my ability to make a good costume. What I'm not confident in is my ability to be historically accurate, and that's why I'm doing an awful lot of research, and I will be continuing to be doing research all the way along. When I'm going through all of these videos, when I'm putting these out to you, my method is the method that I'm using. I'm hoping that it's accurate, but I cannot guarantee anything about its accuracy. It's as accurate as I think I can get it based off the history. If anyone knows any better, please correct me. I'm very much still learning. I've just wanted to share it with people. And I'm really hoping that I can do all the hard work that people put into the show justice, and especially Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman's work justice. So yeah, I do have 3 other big projects in the works to take over after this project that I already have planned, that I'm starting to do research for along the side. And then, like I said, somewhere in the future I'm also going to be looking at doing Aziraphale's French Revolution outfit. So I'm hoping that I will be able to update regularly. That's my plan anyway. I've got an Instagram up and running and my Twitter as well, which are linked down in the doodly-doo below. So if people want to follow me on there, you'll probably get a sneak preview of stuff, because like I said, I'm already, well, obviously, surprisingly enough, you have to be ahead of things to film them. So yeah, I've already started on things. There's already pictures starting to come out. It's going to be taking a long time. I'm expecting to be working on this well into the new year. But hopefully you'll be interested and you'll feel like subscribing. I'm inviting you guys along for the trip. If you want to leave a comment down below and tell me what your big project is at the moment, or what you're planning on, let me know, because I'm really interested to hear what other people are up to as well. And yeah, fingers crossed you'll stick along for the ride, and fingers crossed you're interested. So, see you around.